Hey guys, welcome back to RHR Jen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. We're talking Prince William and those titles. That's right. We've heard a lot of rumblings lately about what Prince William is up to behind the scenes. And there's a great article out that I really want to discuss with you that kind of breaks it down for us about what may or may not be going on with him and what may or may not have Harry and Meghan nervous, or what should be having them nervous. Let's talk about all of it. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up, leave me comments, as all of those helps YouTube to recommend my videos, and I sincerely appreciate it. Now, if I time this out right, I never know. I think this is going up on Saturday, and if that's the case, let me remind you, I have my second channel. That's where I post new videos on Saturdays. Goose Adventure. You can find it right here. And I've never shared this photo before. In case you're new here, I've recently lost more than 140 pounds. Now, I did it drug-free and surgery-free. No judgment. How you lose the weight is how you lose the weight. It's just not part of my journey or my adventure. But here's a picture I've never shared before. That's me on the left. And then that's me on the right. The one on the left was from a few years ago. The one on the right is from a few days ago. So yeah, I'm just sharing what I did to lose the weight, what's kept me on track, what motivates me, what keeps me successful, things like that. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, join me over there at Goose Adventure. But in the meantime, let's talk Harry and Meghan, and let's talk Prince William, because I'm hearing he's like a royal rock star behind the scenes. I mean, we always knew that, but to see it in action, woo, I'm here for it, especially if it takes down Harry and Meghan, because Lord knows Harry needs something to write about. Spare harder, whine harder, right? William had bigger breakfast sausages. William took away our titles. Yes, let's do that. Okay, let's talk about it. So this was sent courtesy of, this article is courtesy of Daily Beast, but it was sent courtesy of friend of the channel, John Witherspoon. Thank you so much, John, for sending this, making sure that we saw this. In fact, that's a good reminder. I'm supposed to be recording with him again soon. So if we're able to make that happen, leave questions for him in the comments. And if you're new here, John Witherspoon is an attorney in the DC area. He answers our questions about Harry and Meghan and legal questions and just thought-provoking questions, all that. Just leave them for him and I'll pass those along and I'll see if I can get those to answer. I'll get those to him for him to answer for us. How about that? Thanks so much. Now let's take a look at this article. It's Daily Beast. Prince William plots bonfire of royal titles when he becomes king. Woo! I'm here for it. Now I'm hearing rumblings. He's actually making moves now in advance of becoming king to to make things like that happen. Let's hope so. Let's read a little bit of the article, and then I have some thoughts I want to share with you. Friends of Prince William tell the Daily Beast that William plans sweeping reforms when he becomes king, using special executive orders to remove princely titles from all non-working royals. Woo-hoo! I hope this keeps Harry and Meghan up at night. As king, Prince William will strip Prince Andrew and all other non-working royals of their honorific HRHs and princely titles. Friends and allies of the prince told the Daily Beast. I'm here for this. Earlier this week, Andrew was encouraged. We're using quotes around that. Don't worry. They say some interesting things about that statement, but he was encouraged to give up the title Duke of York following revelations of his friendship. I can't read that stuff because of YouTube. You know who we're talking about, the horrible J.E. Okay, let's see here. William plans to undo the protection that, as many of you are pointing out, because he's protected by law, the title is, he's planning to undo that possibly. And a dramatic change will be affected by an executive royal order known as Letters Patent to be ratified by Parliament in the early weeks of the reign of King William V. It will remove princely titles from Beatrice, Eugenie, Harry, Archie, and Lilibet. The children of Prince Edward and Princess Anne have never used princely titles. I think that's fantastic. All right. Meghan and Harry will also see their dukedoms and HRHs formally revoked by the new king. How about that? The source said Meghan continues to use her HRH despite being ordered not to do so by the late Queen Elizabeth II. It was like one of those things where she's like, I promise not to use it. And then, of course, yeah, we know how that works. We saw it on the gift. It was, again, I keep getting confused. I think it was to Jamie Carolina, right? I think so. Jamie, 3 names. I think it was like a gift when her in-laws were visiting or something. I think that's the most pretentious thing, and that's so Meghan. Of course, she'd use HRH. I'm thinking if Prince William or Catherine, Princess of Wales, drop off a gift for a friend, they don't need to put their titles on. They probably can just sign their names and everybody knows who it's from. But if you're insignificant like Henry and Rachel, then you have to wave the titles around as some, I don't know, like you think it means something to everybody. A source said William's own children may have their titles informally parked until they become adults and can decide for themselves. I love that idea. Again, just coming in on this, I think that's fantastic. Why not? Give them I understand it's never going to be completely normal, but give them as normal a childhood as you can and let them decide. I believe, isn't that what they did with Sophie's children? I think so. Let's see. If they want to be full-time working royals or lead lives as private citizens. The source said they're never addressed as prince or princess by their parents, teachers, staff, or family. That's pretty fantastic. That's pretty great. I never really thought about it. And then we got this horrendous picture. Now, the reason I included this horrendous picture is because, so this is from the funeral of the Duchess of Kent in September. But you have to say allegedly, right? You never know what's going on. But allegedly, what's being alleged is that Prince Andrew tried to use, I don't know if he knew this was coming, but he knew something was coming down the pike. And so he tried to use that as a moment to speak with Prince William about it, and it didn't go well. Some words were exchanged. Supposedly, there are images where Prince William is like covering his mouth or something, where it looked like he may have been saying something. I think the rumor I read was like he was telling him to fall in line. I hope that's the case. I don't know. Sounds like things aren't going well for Andrew or Harry or Meghan or Fergie, Prince, that for that matter. But let's read a little bit more of this, and then I have more thoughts. William is understood to have lobbied hard for Andrew to have his title of prince removed and to be dissatisfied with the settlement announced on Friday, under which Andrew will stop using his Duke of York title, but will still be referred to as Prince Andrew. Just this week, the king's own aides were briefing the media that it was not worth removing the dukedom, as prince sounded grander than duke. Anyway, one ally of William's told the Daily Beast on Wednesday the king's office was saying that removing the dukedom would be completely lame and an ineffectual gesture unless you take away the prince title as well. On Friday, it was suddenly the other way around, and persuading him to drop the duke title without even taking it away, being held up as a triumph by the king's steely will. His operation is a mess. I like to give my opinion on things, and I will give my opinions on things. I've been very open. I respect King Charles' position. I don't love how he's handled this whole thing. I don't love how he's handled Harry and Meghan. I wish nothing but health and long live the king, obviously. Wish you would step aside and let William take over. I don't know how else to say that. I don't want anything bad to happen to the king, obviously, but I wish he'd step aside and let the king take over. Let Prince William take over. I just don't think this has been handled very well. I think Charles understandably has a soft spot for Harry. He must have a soft spot for Andrew as well. So I don't know. Raise your hand if you're ready for William. Okay, me too. And Catherine. Okay. Let's see here. Operations mess. Okay, let's go. I think there's one more I wanted to read. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. Another friend of William's who told the Daily Beast about the plan to remove the huge swath of princely titles said it would have been done by Charles this week, but William knows he doesn't have the strength because of his illness. See, that's the part that I dance around because I don't like to speculate on people's illness. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I'm hearing the same rumblings that you guys are, that he's not well. If that's the case, obviously, I wish him nothing but health and the best. And, yeah, I think it goes without saying. I don't want anything, negative there. And I don't like it. I will not speculate on people's health, not even Harry's and Meghan. I've said that before because I think it's wrong how the squad went after Catherine and her health and speculated on that. So I will not stoop to that level. So I don't speculate on the health stuff. I just don't do it. So I don't know how the king is. I've heard the same rumblings you have. I wish him nothing but health and the best. There was one more part here that I wanted to, let's see. Sorry, I'm going back. Basically, in one part of this article, they talk about how much they hated Prince Andrew's statement. Allegedly, right? Prince William hated Prince Andrew's statement. And I got to say, full agree. That was just a crap statement and a pompous statement. And I think Andrew is a pompous and arrogant. You can fill in the blank. And that statement kind of shows that. I think he and Harry are cut from the same cloth. I am not accusing Harry of the things that Andrew's been accused of. I mean, personality-wise, they are cut from the same cloth. And I did a separate video where I talk about allegedly there are allegations that Prince Andrew used online bull. I have to say it like that if you're new here because YouTube doesn't like that word. Online bull tactics to try to silence accusers. And we've seen the Sussex squad do similar. They try to use online bull tactics, and I'm not into that at all, especially while those two idiots are out there championing online safety. You really can't make up that level of hypocrisy. But I have more thoughts on this, so I want to talk about this while I remind you how awful these two are, shall we? Okay, great. I just want to say a couple of things. So I want to say William and Catherine. They are the heroes of modernizing the monarchy, if you ask me. William isn't afraid of change for all I can tell. He seems to be embracing it to protect the crown's relevance. Remember his words with Eugene Levy? I've talked about this. That is the greatest. I love that reluctant traveler. That really, really put him even more. I already liked him, but more in a positive light watching that. It's hard to look at her while I talk about this. I'll show you a couple awful pictures and I want to go back to William. Yeah, there's Doofus. There's that. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, let me talk about William. I can't look at them while I talk about Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales. But seeing him on that reluctant traveler with Eugene Levy, he said, change is on my agenda, change for good. I don't fear it. I think this title purge could be part of that. I really said at the time, I felt like, is that a hint? Slimming down the firm to focus on working royals like himself and Catherine. I think that's fantastic. Think about Catherine's role. With Catherine by his side, leading with grace. Oh, I love her. And, through her cancer battle and Earthshot prize work, and then, of course, all of her early childhood development stuff, they'll make the monarchy a force for good. I really do. From environmental causes to mental health, family values, all that stuff. I think no more distractions from these not even half-in, these opportunists, Harry and Meghan. I think that's great. This leadership is protecting the institution. I am a royalist. I've said that before. I am. And I think that a lot of people, maybe I'm speaking just for my own self, but will feel that again when you get it. Okay. I always dance around that because I'm not trying to be negative toward King Charles. I know a lot of you guys really like him, and I'm not disparaging him at all. I'm just telling you my honest opinion, which is, again, I look forward to when William's in charge, with nothing bad happening to the king. But let's talk about those other two. I'm sorry to have to do it. Enter Harry and Meghan, the ultimate non-working royals. I wouldn't even use the word royals anymore, just non-working, full stop. They ditched royal duties in 2020 for Netflix deals and tell-all books, right? Lies. All while clinging to the titles. like lifelines for their brand, because that's what it is. What else do they have? But Prince William's plan does not discriminate. Non-working royals would lose the princely perks. Full stop. And yes, I did say that on purpose because that's all Harry and Meghan will say. They'll go to the istwards. No, no, no. No, no, no. It's not that. Harry would lose Prince Harry, downgraded to plain Harry Mountbatten Windsor. It's Sussex, you know. Oh, no, it's not. We know that. You don't seem to know that. No more HRH. It's poetic. After trashing his family in Spare, he'll finally have to earn respect. Good luck with that. Without any kind of royal connection. Meghan, her title. So it's Duchess, but if she lost that, it would revert to Princess Henry, but they're talking about that would be gone too. So it would go from Duchess to Miss Markle. It's Sussex now. Show me the paperwork. I don't believe anything you say. The Montecito mansion lifestyle screams former royal. Not so much. But this would force that authenticity that they're always on about, right? Or would it just expose the grift? Probably that. Archie and Lilibet would no longer be prince and princess. I don't talk about the kids, so I'm going to leave them out of this. But I would say non-working royals raised in America. Why should they be prince and princess? I don't think so. You can let me know if you feel differently about it. But I think it's interesting because I understand the broader implications that legally titles are protected by law, but William could potentially issue this letters patent early in his reign that would override that. Wouldn't that be interesting? Expect pushback from those two and their nasty followers, but it's inevitable. I feel it. I hope this is the case. Harry's already persona non grata, and it's hilarious when Harry goes to court. And he's taking this to court, but I just think it's interesting. I really do. But let me know your thoughts on this. What are you thinking? Do you think that we're onto something with this? Do you think this is where this is headed? And how do you think those two, Harry and Meghan, would handle it if their titles were stripped? And how beautiful would it be if it was Prince William and I would say Princess Catherine, Catherine, Princess of Wales, that had a hand in it. Wouldn't that be fabulous? I think so too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Love Prince William. Yeah, I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. If you want to further support, just a reminder, I do have my second channel. It's Goose Adventures. You know the one. It's right there. And again, if this is Saturday when you're watching this, whenever you watch this, check it out because this video is going up on Saturday and I've never shared this picture before. But again, this was me before and me a couple of days ago. So check that out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Again, a shout out to John Witherspoon. Thank you so much for sending me this article. I really appreciate it. And a reminder to you all that I'm hoping to be able to record with him again soon. So if you have questions specifically for him, remember he is an attorney in the DC area. He answers our legal questions around Harry and Meghan or just general royal family topics, things like that. Let me know those. If you want to know his opinion on stuff, you can leave those as well. Let me know those in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. Have the best day. Take care. Bye-bye. Okay, they're gone. Hi, how are you? Look at this. I thought this was such a fun, pretty color. It's just a pink sweater, but it's just fun. And I thought this was cool the way it catches the light. See, it's got this it keeps slipping there. I didn't realize it was twisted, but yeah. See, it's just got this little twist in it. I thought it was fun. And I like how it catches the light. I think that's fun. Anyway, how are you guys? How's your weekend going? Again, I don't know when this is going up, Saturday, I guess. So hopefully you're having a good weekend. I can't wait to read your comments on this one. Do you think William will do it? I think so. Do you agree with me on King Charles? Again, I mean that respectfully. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm not trying to disrespect. I am pro-monarchy. And I mean, I have a letter from King Charles over here. I'm a fan. I don't wish him any ill will or any ill health or anything like that. I just wish he'd step aside if he's not going to, take down Harry and Meghan and let Prince William do it. How about that? But you can let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for sticking with me. If you stayed tuned this long, tell me in the comments. Let's see, what should our comment be for today? I'm HRH Royal Gymnast. Tell me what your royal title would be. Let me know in the comments. It can be part of your name. It can be a made-up name. In fact, I said in a different video, I was like, my name's fine, Jennifer, but I always like the name Genevieve. So maybe I'll be HRH Royal Genevieve. Let me know what your title is. Yeah, that's going to do it for me. Have the best day. Take care. Bye-bye.